Alright guys, in today's video I'm just going to tell you how we can use the promises in JavaScript. Okay, so normally there are two kind of things like async await and promises that you can use. So today I'm going to tell you about the promises. That is very important thing if you are working into the JavaScript or web development. Like if you work into the Node.js and you are doing asynchronous calls and a lot of things, so that's why it's very important to learn about that. So I'm going to tell you. So let's start. This is my console that where you can see the response, and this is the script where I'm going to write. Okay, so let's create a function over here. Like I'm going to use the arrow function. So let me create a JS file over here. Okay, apart from this, let's create a JS file. It will be easier to understand you guys, like index.js. Okay, and let's use this JS src index.js. Okay, so index.js, and let's start typing the code into this. So let's create a function like const created function promises mrs func. Okay, promises function. Okay, and just remove this parent from here. Okay, and just we're gonna create a new promises. So promise new promise, and just do resolve. Okay, not like this is the callback function over here. Resolve comma reject. Okay, and just so this is the callback function inside the promises, like resolve and reject whatever the log you're gonna write inside of that, like whatever the logic you will write inside this promises function. It will, you can just pass those, like if you have success state, then you can pass it inside this resolve function, and if you have something error, then you can pass it inside the reject, like we do. Sorry, the reject spelling is bad. Okay, inside the reject. So let's how we can do. Let's suppose we have a variable like let a equals to 2. Okay, a equals to 2. So we have a variable over here, and what we are going to do, we are typing over here like if and a equals triple equals to 2, then it should be resolved like a message, type message, or you can pass a object or variable over there. So I'm typing message, this is coming from success state. Okay, and just enter it, come back again, else, just like else, and reject, and this is coming from error state. Okay, so there are two conditions. One is resolve, another is reject, and promise is your object variable that you use. Like object is a class. Inside that class there are two functions like resolve and reject that you are passing into the callback function, and inside that callback function whatever you have a response like success response or error response, you can just pass into this promise. And what you need to do, that you can see this promises going on over here. After this promises you can get the data into, then like if you are getting the success response, then you can get inside this then, and callback function pass the response. Okay, and just pass the callback function, and just okay, just do console dot log and see the response. Okay, and dot catch RESP. You can type whatever you want. You can type any kind of variable over there, and console.log. Okay, uh, RESP. Okay, so if you see, if I call this function, this one, like if you see, if I'm calling, if I want to, I'm gonna call this function, promise function, what it will do, it will run this promise and it will check that value is equal to 2. If the value is 2, then it's gonna pass this function into this then. Okay, so let's pass that promise function, promise function, and so you can see this is coming from success state. So you can see this is the response that we are getting into line number 11. So you can see at the line number 11, this is the response coming from. If I would type 3 over here, just so you can see this is coming from error state. So this is the normal that you can use the promises like this. Otherwise, if you want to assign that promises into a variable, then you can do well as well, like a equals to, no, a, we have used already a variable, so we can, what we can do, uh, PR. So this is like denote the promises, so that's why const PR, and what we are going to write, just do PR dot, and it's gonna behave same thing. So you can see a value is 3 and this is coming from error state. If I would change this 3 to 2 again, so this is matching, so this is coming from success state. That is the normal use case of promises. And if I would say that you have to use async await as well, uh, into the problem, like you are writing a logic, like that is a big logic that you are writing inside the promises and you are getting the response. So if you are, and you do have to return this function as well, like you are running the promises inside a function, you do have to return that function as well. So what you can do, you can just type async over here. Okay, and just do await over here. So if we are using await, like we can do like this, and whenever your this function gonna be called, then what it gonna do, it gonna await over here, like wait till this promise is gonna be complete. When you will get the response, after that your next execution gonna be returning. So let's suppose I'm what I'm doing, I'm just assigning, like let's suppose this is the let message equals to nothing. Okay, your message is nothing, and what you want to do, you want to print those promises message, return those promises message over here. Okay, like whenever you call this function, the value of this function should return, uh, the return value of this function should be coming from this promises. So how are we going to handle this? So just create a message function, message variable over here. Okay, and just pass, assign this message equal to RESP. Okay, and just same thing do inside this error, MSG equals to RESP. Okay, response, and just return it from here, return MSG. Okay, and just console.log, console.log this promises function, control X and control V. So you can see if I'm logging this function, you can see console.log promises function. So you can see this is coming from, as said, this is the line number 13 and this is coming from line number 22. So right now it's showing me that this promises has been fulfilled and this is coming from the success state. So message is same, like at this place, like we are printing a message over here as well as we are printing a message over here. So you can see promised result is coming fulfilled. If I would just make this change, like make it 3, and then you will see, so this is the error state and the promise has been executed, and this is coming from error state. So you can see the first our promises is executing, then it is printing our like function. When your this function promises function gonna be executed, after this return message gonna be executed. So you can see the inside this promises we are getting our message like this. Okay, so this the thing that you can use the promises like this into your code or somewhere else, and it is very important for doing the asynchronous calls. And normally people do use async await. Like if you are using a function and you want to uh, fetch that thing, like this function should be completely execute, then it should return the value. So that the time we use async and await, like it gonna wait at this till then this function promises function gonna execute, then it will wait over here, and after that this execution going. So that's why that's how we use the async await and promises, like both the things at the same place. So thank you so much, Mike. Thank you for watching. If you have any kind of query about the promises or async await, then let me know into the comment section. I will properly define you, and I will help you properly. So don't worry about that. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and please subscribe the channel. And thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching.